What are good reasons to live? Dying sucks. Death seems okay, but it's the stuff before that I'd rather not deal with just yet. I just had a bit of a realization this weekend which has changed my mind on this matter. I passed out in the bathroom. Yep, it's an issue being investigated. Happened sporadically, and after the doctor told me I was lucky that I very possibly might not wake up next time, I realized it wasn't that bad. Like, I don't want to die, but if I'm to die that way, really it's actually not that bad. A bit of nausea, dizziness etc, but no pain, no fear, and if it happens, no memory of it all anyway. I mean, I always feared the process of death, and of course I wouldn't want to get my head chopped off by a Mexican cartel or something like that, but if my way is a spontaneous collapse, it's pretty good. Except for ceasing to exist, that bit I still can't wrap my head around. It's basically like before you were born. Outlive your enemies. But how do I outlive myself? I guess you can never die then. Immortality through being your own enemy. Spend enough time on deep introspection that you can redraw the lines on what counts as yourself and what is an overactive coping mechanism, thus ending the enemy you, outliving them as the new you. Clone yourself. Then let the war begin. Knuckles cracked. Elminster despised. Spells cast. Yep, it's Manchun time. You can outlive yourself by creating a legacy. Your name, the Josphone 98 echoing through time while you are turning into dirt somewhere. I like to believe your life isn't just how long you lived, but the impact you leave and the ripples you make in society. Positive of chaos. You prove your past was worth bringing you to where you are now. You outlive your old problems to prove you can become a better you. Think of yourself as two people. Yourself in the real world and the you in your mind. Kinda like your conscience. You can talk with yourself and try to outlive them. Anything. At one point I was living for the Wordgerol series. My life's goal was to watch all of the episodes. That was it. The one thing keeping me alive. A kids show that I should have grown out of years ago. There is never a bad reason to live. Never a stupid one. Any reason to live is a good one, especially if it's all you can think of at the moment. Of all the great and stupid advice in this post, I believe this is the best answer. Anything. Whatever makes you willing, just wake up tomorrow. Glad you are still with us. Little_MSS_sunshine. Thanks, Wordgerol. I'm glad too. Without her I'd never have gotten out of where I was. I'd never have finished high school. Never have been accepted to college. I wouldn't have the amazing adoptive family I do, or the friends I've made. I wouldn't have my boyfriend, and the future we are planning. I owe that show my life. I'm grateful every second that I chose to stick around. Yes, I got told it was stupid I was living to watch every episode of One Piece, but you know what? It got me through high school. And I'm still trucking, because it's not over yet. Honestly, I just want to ride it out and see what happens. Us humans are so entertaining. One minute we are blowing each other up, the next we have pet rocks or something. Kept me from ending my life on college. The thought dawned on me in a way that made suicide go from the only thing to do to being like breaking my TV because nothing good is on. Sometimes the next show is incredible, sometimes it's ass, but I'm always excited to see what's on next. Completely agree. I had a goal age to end my life when I was really depressed, but I kept putting it off another year because I wanted to see what happens next. Things got way better. Now I'm living the best part so far. If things get bad, I'll just wait it out. Life is entertaining. A few friends from high school have left us, and the worst part for me is thinking what they've missed. I'm sorry you've lost friends. Thank you. You old mist storming Area 51 and gamer girl bathwater. I think I needed to read this. Thank you. I think sometimes religious people question why atheists keep ourselves alive if there's no greater plan for us. Your analogy reminds me very much of my thinking on that. If this is it, all there is, might as well stick around as long as possible and try to make the best of it while you can. I think this makes sense. Conversely, if heaven is so much better, why not skip this part and go straight there? I think that's probably why they made suicide a sin. God. They found an exploit in the game. They're all skipping right to the end. Just ban anyone who uses it. Floating in a large body of water with no distractions. Also, did you know that if you float on your back in a hot tub with all the jets on, that you'll spin in a lazy little circle? I did not know that, and it's pretty fun. It's also quite relaxing. If you're careful you can do it while reading a book. If you haven't had a chance to try that yet, you should hang on at least until you do. It's pretty rad. Empty outdoor, heated, pool in a nude spa in like 3 degrees Celsius, whilst on holiday. One of the most refreshing and liberating moments of my life. I'd happily live just to do that again. I'm picturing myself, but naked in a 5-star spa hot tub, spinning around floating in the middle just helicoptering my lighthouse beacon, while all the other guests are pressed against the sides of the pool horrified. Honey, I doubt this would have been an issue at the Hilton Garden. In my other experience of that trip was pretty much the female equivalent to that. Laid on my towel in a sauna, knees up, feet slightly apart. Now pretty chill position to be laid in. Till I realized there was a window pretty much eye level with my whisker biscuit. And yes, people were trying to act like they hadn't realized, but were still sneaking a glance. Till whisker biscuit will live another day to use in conversation. I suppose that's better than just staring. Did you just turn around? I'm picturing myself just standing in an unfilled pool in 3-degree weather. This needs more upvotes, my god. I had the chance to do this last December at a hot spring onsen with a perfect clear view right near the base of Mount Fuji after a long day. Oh man, it was fucking amazing. Watching the sunset on Mount Fuji in freezing weather on a clear day in that hot water was pure bliss. 10/10ths would recommend continue living to experience something like that again. So you can say to the person mugging you and threatening to kill you, what makes you think I have money or a will to live? I was mugged once and the only thing I had in my pocket was a book. They didn't even think about taking it, which is good for me, but also kinda insulting. Well, actually I was mugged twice, but the second was a kid who didn't have a gun, just his hand in his pocket, and we hit him upside the head with a jar of olives. Edit. For everyone asking, the book was most likely Dragonlance Dragons of Autumn Twilight. We had the olives as groceries and we never found them again. I hope this has lightened some of your mornings. What was the book in my pocket? Everybody poops. Or the less popular nobody poops but you. Or that you've been a naughty child, and that's concentrated evil coming out the back of you. That one's more for the Catholics. Sounds to me like it's for the masses. That was ungodly funny. If you quit now you won't get to play the futuristic video games we'll actually have the technology to make 99% immersive. As a father I expect to see my kids play those, not because of being old or something. I just see me buying them and then watching the kids play them while I wonder if I could afford a second game console. Oh hell no, I'm going to be right there with them. My passion for games will never die. I wanna be like that grandma that plays Skyrim. Don't worry, knowing Bethesda, you'll have the chance to play Skyrim on PS7 or Xbox whatever. If Cyberpunk 2077 has as much to do, I want it to be that. Will we still be playing Cyberpunk 2077 in 2077? Only one way to find out. Not if global warming has anything to say about it. Might as well kill ourselves now then, Ig. Nah man, if you're heading out anyway might as well stay to watch some of the chaos. Music is pretty neat. Music is my life. Since I was a child I wanted to be a musician. 10 years ago I started a band with my friends at age 15. We played all the time and found it frustrating how we couldn't get paid gigs or make it big. But beyond that we all just had such great fun playing. It often felt like we were playing to no crowd at all, but it was fun. Well, last Thursday we finally won our first competition. We played our hearts out, won a paid gig, a trophy and some prize money. I'm still in disbelief. So I just wanted to share that, especially if there are any musicians reading who feel like they've hit a dead end. Keep the love of music alive. Go see free/cheap local gigs. Support your local musicians. Give honest feedback. Learn to take honest feedback. And finally, just have fun. I also forgot to mention that for the first time, someone in the crowd heard us and liked us well enough that she wants us to play small town festivals every first Friday of the month. Woohoo. That's amazing. I'm 14 and in all honesty I want to perform for people. I want to make it big, but the crippling anxiety and self-consciousness is killing that dream. This comment means a lot. I'm so happy for you and your friends. Thank you so much. I'm glad I could help a little. I'm right there with you when it comes to anxiety. I've suffered from social anxiety for a good chunk of my teens and still get panic attacks every now and then. A few tips I'll give. Start small. Play to smaller crowds. Show your friends/family what you're playing. Slowly increase your audience anytime you can. Write/practice constantly. You have to be enjoying it though. No shame in taking a week off if you have a mental block or aren't enjoying. Just know that taking a week off from practice sets you back a week. Fake confidence. Easier said than done, but when you hit that stage, put on the show that you wanna see. The floor is your enemy, so stop looking at it. If you find it hard to look at the crowd, find a point on the wall behind the crowd and focus on that. Then when you feel a little more confident, find 3 points on the wall and change where you look every now and then. Finally, create your own opportunities. We would often sit on our asses wondering why we weren't getting gigs. Well, it's cause we didn't look for many. Nobody's just gonna hand you one. Go out and find a slot to play. No slots available? Find a venue and pay a small price to rent it out and put on a show.